So, hello, everybody out there. I'm sure that now that you are watching us, you realize we faked you out. This is not a live stream event. This is a pre-recorded message that we actually recorded on Friday around 2:14 p.m. in the afternoon Eastern time. And what we decided to do was, we've been doing, Gustavo and I have been doing a lot of work behind the scenes and trying to coordinate things with the new schedule with shows. I mean, obviously, the photo review is going to remain the first Saturday of every month from 9 p.m. And we did extend it to go from, instead of 9 p.m. to midnight, we're going to go 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. so that we can talk a little bit about some things that are going on in the photography world and comment more with people in the chat, since we're going from 4 shows a month to 2 shows a month. So if you missed out on that, like I said, the photo reviews the first Saturday of the month, and then we will have a break. And then the third Saturday of the month, we will have a general discussion of photography. And at least in the interim, Gustavo and I will be doing that together like a tag team. And we kind of set up my account on Restream so he has admin privileges. So right now he could turn me off right now or mute me, and I could do the same to him, and we could really mess with each other pretty good and get real nasty. But anyway, like I said, getting back to business here, the main purpose of what you're seeing us here now is to just give you an update on what's going on. Gustavo is going to share with you a thumbnail for the April 19th show. I'm going to show you a thumbnail for the photo review, and we're going to remind you about the photo review. We're going to talk about things that we're doing, what we've been working on, and hopefully, we may do this again next week if we have more information. But we also talked about picking a new name for the show instead of being, Photo Talk with Jeff Neville and Friends. We're going to take my face off the thumbnail because it's nothing great to look at anyway, and we're going to change the name. And Gustavo is going to go over, we had a multitude of suggestions, many which were kind of like AI generated lists or Google search lists.
Some were funny but inappropriate.
Yeah, some were funny and not appropriate. And we thinned it down for you, and we're giving you 3 choices. And after you've watched this presentation, we want you to go into the comments section and pick either number 1, number 2, or number 3. And from here, I'm going to let Gustavo show some slides that he put together and let him talk to them.
All right. So after looking at all the names that we got, we kind of came with these 3 ones, correct? That we seem to like and resonate with some of what we do on the Saturday evenings, correct? So the number 1 will be creative captures. Number 2 will be images insights, and number 3 will be photo lounge, right? We will add, depending on the episode, whether we are in the first week of the month or the third week of the month, we will add the word line stream or photo review depending on the main topic. So that will be self-evidence what type of show you're going to have when you look at the thumbnail. Now, one thing that we need to do is to thank you, because it was actually fun having some of the AI generated ones plus the one that people have recommended, correct? And some were funny, and it was difficult to reduce it. But what we want is we want to move on, correct? We want to make a decision, take one of these, and move on to the next thing that hopefully will make a better community. It will. So we try to make improvements to the show, make it more dynamic, etc., etc. So one of the things that we have been going about is that's interesting. So that's what happened when you do. Okay, so one of the things that is finding inspiration for the live stream thumbnail. Correct. So I look at some magazines, how they handle from the graphic point of view, um, uh, the construction in the case of the cover, but that's what a thumbnail is in YouTube. It's some sort of cover to draw your attention, right? We want to have different thumbnails for the different episodes, right? So, so this is what we use. I was interested to see the relative size of the lettering, the type of fonts they use, how that gets put in relation to the image, what kind of images they use, what is the sign of the subject in the image. So I spend not too much time on how to do this as well in different programs. I ended doing it actually in Photoshop, correct? And as you can see, um, this is the result. So let me scroll to the result. So this is actually both uh, uh, infomercial on the upcoming live streams after the photo review, but it's also one of the thumbnails that is inspired here, correct? So I think this is for our first official episode once we make this transition, which be in April 19. And for that particular get together, the main subject of discussion will be Luis has agreed uh, graciously to relate his information about his trip to Thailand in terms of wildlife photography that he did recently. And we also will try to put together with our other regular panelists, follow to more or less a set of topics that we go on a common agenda for all of this. So, Jeff, you want to mention anything at this point before we go on and go to the other thumbnail, which is a reminder of the photo?
Yeah, well, first of all, Gustavo says it didn't take him long. From what I heard, his wife was ready to divorce him because he wouldn't leave the computer. But he's the Photoshop geek. Okay, so what can I say? I'm not a Photoshop geek, so my thumbnail, by comparison, will be very disappointing to all of you. But get used to it. You should be used to being disappointed with me anyway.
But we're working on Jeff. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So anyway, but as you see, he has a general discussion up there, and I had a format that I used when I was doing photo talk with Jeff Neville and friends, and we've looked at that, and we've talked about what that format was, and we're pretty much going to use it. And there's certain categories that we had in there, like trials and tribulations, which will basically get used when there is a need to use it. And I may talk about old cameras or something once in a while. And so there's wiggle room for adjusting things, but we wanted to have like a general process so that if the live streams eventually grow back to maybe being 3 weeks a month or 4 weeks a month down the road, who knows. Everybody kind of has a similar theme in terms of how they're going to approach the show. So when you guys watch it, you don't say, okay, that was a little different, but I could see a commonality. It's not like totally off the rails different, from one show to the other. And obviously the third week of the month will have more photo talk and gear talk and stuff like that, because that show is dedicated to the presentation side of things and talking about gear. Whereas when we do the photo review, it's going to be, an hour or a little more, depending on how many pictures we get in. So that type of discussion won't be as lengthy. But I like, what Gustavo did here. And we just want to let you know the way things are set up is both shows will be streamed through Selective Imagery YouTube channel.
Yes.
So you're used to going there for the photo review. You're just going to get a notification from that YouTube channel for the show that's going to get done on the third Saturday of every month. And it'll just make it very easy for everyone. And you won't have to go to different YouTube channels. And but it can be, like I said, co-hosted for a while anyway, and and Gustavo is going to be getting more experience with the tools within Restream. And if he's going on a trip somewhere, I can do the show. If I'm not there, he's going to be more than capable of doing the show. And we're going to have the same cast, hopefully the same cast of characters that are visiting us, as panel members, including Chuck.
Exactly.
So we hope that it's kind of seamless. We've been working, steady for the last week, going back and forth and doing a lot of conversations to try to make this as painless for everybody, including ourselves, as possible.
Yeah, and we want to expand, correct? We probably, once we know how to do this and we experiment, we may bring a couple of more peoples as well, so that we can have more people in the rotation. Remember, we want this to be a community effort, correct? We want, by the way, one of the things we want to do here, we're gracious to Luis, who is prepared to do this presentation. We have excellent presentations in the past. We want to have more of our community to make presentations. Okay? I think everybody here is capable to make excellent presentation. That has been our experience over the last 2 years for sure, since Jeff started helping with the weekly shows. And by all means, let Jeff, correct? No, let me know. Put the comments if you want to make a presentation, and we will schedule you, correct? And we will keep you up abreast of what's coming. I think knowing what's coming that help you it create expectation from your side. You see all the people in the community helping, correct? So that's basically one of the things that we wanted to do today from regard to the update of the channel. Obviously, we're going to be our intention is next week, as we progress with this, we give you some more updates. So Jeff, you now let's remind them about the upcoming photo review.
Yeah. So you have another slide, right, that you can put up.
Yes.
Okay, so this is just a reminder. The photo review continues first Saturday of every month. The next one is on April 5th. We want the images no later than 12 o'clock noontime on Friday, April 4th. I prefer that you get them to me a little sooner than that, so I'm not trying to organize all the images and go through them 24 hours before the show starts. So you're going to still send them to me like you always have through selectiveimagery1@gmail.com. And this we're going to try to. We always said no more than 4 pictures, and I've cheated on that a bit to make sure that we had enough to fill the show. But we're basically, if you send me more than 4, I'll word it this way: if you send me more than 4, don't be disappointed if we only pick 4 out of the group that you send. Okay. Now, sometimes I might stretch it to 5 or something, depending on, where we are with the total number of pictures. But I really want to encourage people that haven't sent pictures in before or haven't sent any in a while, that get out there and shoot and send us some more, so we have more of a variety from more people. Because like I said before, we do not want it to be the Jeff and Gustavo and panel member show in terms of showing our images. I don't need to show my images to anybody. You guys have seen enough of the stuff from my regular YouTube channel, and I'd rather be showing your images than showing my images. Let's put it that way. So get off the couch. Get off the couch, man. Take some pictures and send them to us.
And we know we got wonderful contributors in the past, right? And it's inspiring to everybody. And remember, we call it photo review, but it is more of a photo appreciation, correct? It's basically for you to show what motivates you, what you do with your free time, and basically we want to elevate everybody's quality, which certainly has happened to me. Watching what have been presented in the past, it motivates me to go and try to emulate some of these wonderful photography we see in the show. So that's on the monthly photo review. So, Jeff, how many photos do we have? How many more do you want to have?
Well, right now, um, we are in the low 40s, and Roy sent me some today. I didn't get a chance to look at what he sent me, how many he sent me, but let's say that we're probably in the mid 40s right now. And I think a nice number is somewhere between 60 and 80. So there's definitely, we could definitely use anywhere from 20 to 40 more images. And like I said, I do have some where I got a lot from a handful of people, and I want to kind of skim that down. So if we can get 40 images from people sending in 4 or 5, and then I can call a little bit and get us in that nice 60 to 70 mark, that would be great. So please send in some images. We really appreciate it. And, it's generic. We don't pick a topic. It's generic. It doesn't have to be something you shot last week. It could be something you shot last month. It could be something you shot on vacation last year. It could be something that you shot 25 years ago that means something to you, that you want to share with everybody else, because it really is a photo sharing opportunity. We're not doing it for a contest. We're not doing it to be critical of everybody's pictures. And we only critique a picture if somebody asks us to. Otherwise, we're just sharing it and enjoying it.
Exactly. All right, Jeff. So I think we covered what we wanted to cover here today.
Yeah. Let me
Just
just
a
throw
reminder.
up the thumbnail for the photo review.
Exactly.
I'm going to turn off your screen here.
And in the meantime, I remind you, please do write your comments related to the thumbnails. Please do write your comments, very important, about the channel name. Correct. We want to, if you tell us whether you want for option 1, 2, or 3, that allows us to move forward and make sure that we use the appropriate name from this going forward.
Yep. Change our thumbnails before the shows start.
Exactly.
And here's just the sample. This was done in, I had to switch from Adobe to what they call Canva, because Adobe now is kind enough to charge you for even doing a thumbnail now and trying to download it into your computer. So I'm going to go like this to Adobe, and I'm going to Canva, and Gustavo's, going to, not one up me, but 10 up me and use Photoshop, and that's fine. But this is kind of a preview of what we're going to have for the thumbnail for April 5th. But of course, the name here will change once you guys pick a name. Exactly. So I think we're
done.
I think we're done. We'll just say our goodbyes to everybody, and if we have new information, we'll do another recording for next Saturday at 9 p.m.
Exactly. So make your selection, comments, subscribe to the channel. That's important, so that we can make this transition smoothly and we grow our community of like-minded people that like photography as entertainment. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Take care, everybody. We'll see you probably next Saturday. Have a good one.